by Karen Mockler, illustrated by Jericho Davis. It was frigid outside, but McCarthy didn't notice. He was so lost in thought that he walked nearly a mile before he looked up, and when he did, he spotted a red cardinal right against the snow. "Business is forever," Mike told the bird. It was his new motto. "Business was forever," he told, keep sliding into the front yard. Neither of them gave him any argument. Before Mike knew it, his feet had carried him to his friend Derek's imposing front door. "What are you doing here?" Derek asked. "I don't know," Mike said. "But I think I need a loan." "What for?" Derek said. "What do you want to buy my remote control balloon shop?" "No," Mike said. "I need capital to start a business." Derek grinned. "Step inside," he said. Mike and Derek talked terms for several hours, interspersed about the generous break for playing video games and scarfing down assorted snacks while sending Derek's shark out over the back wall. Mike raised an important possibility. "Now, let's say my business failed," he began. "When has your business not failed?" Derek asked. "Touchy," Mike said. "If you know my track record, why invest me?" Derek shrugged. "I am feeling generous." Mike handed the remote to Derek. "When have you ever been generous?" Mike asked. "Touchy," said Derek. "I couldn't see the neighbor's dog, but suddenly they are walking around beyond the wall." Derek grinned and piloted the shark back toward his bedroom window. "Tell you what, if the business I could garnish your wages, you could pay me back that way." "Garnish?" Mike asked, confused. "Like parsley?" "Like parsley?" Derek rolled his eyes. "Seriously, dude, can you talk business without thinking about food?" "Answer: no, you cannot." He handed the remote back to Mike, opened his bedroom window, and to let the shark float back inside. He continued talking over his shoulder. "I can't exactly garnish your wages, because you don't exactly have wages. Your allowance is only steady stream of income. If I garnish your allowance, I default that stream." Mike pictures mounds of scarce parsley floating down a river. "What the heck? I don't get it," he said. "You get paid every Saturday, right? So instead your parents hand off part of the allowance to me, and in effect, I've garnished your wages." Now Mike got the garnished part. At least Derek would take part of his allowance before Mike could spend it, and in time it would be paid back in full. "When does the stream come in?" Mike asked. "The money stream," Derek said. "It's like steady money you can count on." Describing his allowance as the stream might be generous. Mike thought at $2.50 a week, it was closer to a trickle. "And what if my business does succeed?" "We share the profit. Whatever you make, I get half." Mike munched a corn chip reflectively. Seems like a lot, he said. Derek shrugged. I'm a reasonable guy. Make me an offer. Mike returned from Derek's house. He stopped by Esther's bedroom. Hey, he said, I've got questions for you. Esther smiled. I need to borrow capital money to start a business. Derek says he won't change me any interest. His terms seem generous, but I'm taking some time to consider them anyway. Mike felt rather pleased with himself. Often in Peters, he felt in this case that he had shown restraint. You've got capital too, Mike continued. If I borrow from you, would you charge me interest? What would you want me to do? Mike laughed. What kind of questions is that? Well, Esther says, you're a business guy now, right? What? Said Mike loudly. So if we do things all business like, then I'll charge you interest. You're tough, Mike said. Only if you want to do things business like. Otherwise, I'll lend you the money the way Derek would, with no strings attached. Who said there was no strings attached, didn't you? No, said Mike. He's not charging me interest. He's sharing my profits. At the thought of borrowing net across, she asked. Michael's voice went in a panic. This is the distinction he had and one he forgotten to nail down. How do you know net versus gross? He asked. The lemon stand last summer. Gross profit was all the money you took in. Net profit was what you had left after you covered all your costs. No net profit, Mike recalled sadly. None. Either way, she meant rightly. He must have lost faith in the future success. He must, Mike said, unconvinced. What's his share? 40%, Mike said. I talked him down from 50. And if the risk failed, you owe him nothing? Mike laughed darkly. If my business failed, he garnished my wages. How does that work? Esther says. Business fails, you won't have any wages. Too true, Mike said. He'll reverse some of my weekly allowance until I pay him back. I see, said Esther. Well, let's say you succeed. If they're doing all the work, don't think you should have to give away 40% of your profit. Besides, how can you invest in your business if it's taking that much? I hadn't thought of that, said Mike. I'll charge you 5% interest, Esther said, and then quickly, if you want me to. And if my business fails, I garnish your wages. Mike drew his teeth, considering. Okay, he said. Let me think it over. He walked to the door, but turned back to ask Esther the same question he asked Derek. You don't want my check record? Well, invest in me. Esther beamed at him. You're my brother, she said, and I believe in you. It was hard, but Mike thought of deciding between term loan options. Later that week, Derek flew with parents to a resort in Arizona to escape the cold. Mike always ate with Derek, but the next day, when he walked alone into the cafeteria, he spotted Violet, as luck would have it. The funky Fascinia was sitting by herself. Mike moist sofa, casual but quick. Violet waved, and he sat down. Together they laid their lunches and Mark laid out the two loan options. Well, Violet said when he was done, money is not my passion. What are you talking about, Mark cried. You're a basic business woman. I mean, girl, person. Wallace smiled. Thanks for my fashion, but fashion is my passion. Hey, that rhymes, said Mike. I don't know this mumbo jumbo. I mean, which garnish? Is that some kind of parsley they sprinkle on the paycheck? Mike smiled in delight. I know, right? But it seems to me that what you have to look at is that isn't just who offers the better deal in short run, but in the long run. That makes sense, Mike said. But what if I don't make it to the long run? Either way, you get your wages garnished. Wallace said. Consider his sister is charging you 5% interest on the loan. The business success, you can pay off that loan with the profit, and pretty soon stop paying her anything. And if my business success, I'll be paying Derek forever, because business is forever. 40% forever, like I said. Then so immediately there's a ponytail sweep around. Then you've kicked 40% of your profits goodbye forever. My gaze at her dreamily. Violet, he said, has anyone ever told you that the eyes are really violet? Violet gazed at him back. Every day, she said.
Good job. Aw.